It's Greggatron. I hope you like my shirt. Yeah. Funny, I was at the grocery store. I saw a lady with a tiger shirt on. I said, "Hey, I like your shirt." And then I show her my shirt, and then she gets so excited. It was an older lady. And we just started laughing. I told her where I got my shirt. She told me where she got her shirt. Well, then an employee walks by. He's kind of like a homie of mine. I said, "Hey, man, look at our shirts." And he just starts laughing. And the people around us just got a big hoot out of that. A big hoot. It was funny. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. So, let me put my windows up so y'all can hear me. What the... So I was at the gas station, right? Why do all these car videos have to do with gas stations? I was at the gas station, and there's two areas for the cashier, right? Well, the first spot, it says, it doesn't say, but it reads, you know, the sign reads, "This is for EBT and lottery only." I'm like, EBT and lottery? What the heck? So I know to skip that section. I ain't got nothing to do with no lottery. I ain't got nothing to do with no EBT. So I go to the other station, and it's the self-checkout thing. I'm like, I don't even know where to begin with this. So I'm looking around for some help. And I'm not going to say which gas station this is because I don't want to dox it. Even though it's pretty much common knowledge at this point. Everybody goes to this gas station. So there's a lady behind the counter. She's, you know, doing a little inventory, stocking, whatever, cigarettes, tobacco, whatever. I said, "Hey, can we get some help over here?" And then I said, can I get some help over here? So I gave her my pump number. How much money? I tell her about $20. Well, my wallet is sitting on the self-checkout thing. So the sensor thinks that my wallet is like an item that I'm purchasing. Because, you know, Greggatron has a heavy wallet. So she's like, "Sir, you got to take your wallet off of the machine because the sensor's picking it up." I'm like, "Oh." And there was actually like a price for my wallet. I'm like, whoa, how'd that happen? Anyway, she rings me up, and that's the end of the story. My whole point of this video is, how do we get to a point where there's no cashier at a gas station? This is a gas station we're talking about. A place where everybody goes. Even if you have an electric car, you're still going to go to a gas station at some point when you're on the road just to get snacks, water, chewing gum, Gatorade, whatever. Everybody uses the gas station. Even if you're not getting gas, you can go up there to get oil, small engine oil. I mean, they got food in there. Beef jerky, nice snacks. Some people go to the gas station just to get beer, right? So how are we at a point where there's not a cashier at a place where everybody goes? And the lady, she was nice about it. But how do we get to that point? I'm just glad she wasn't like rude, like, "How dare you make me stop doing what I'm doing." She wasn't like that. She was cool. She was cool people. But the whole setup for the self-checkout, it looks like, speaking of the lottery, it looks like a casino, like a game. I don't know what to do with that. It looks like I'm going to the ATM every time I'm paying for my gas. And I had cash. Whereas if you have a debit card or a credit card, you can usually pay outside. Whereas this time I had cash on me, and it just looked like an ATM sort of deal. It's just crazy. And then whenever I go to Walmart, maybe not every time, but very many times, there's hardly any cashiers. None. I'm like, I thought it was good to have a job. I thought it was good to put food on your table and provide. I thought these things were good things to have, jobs. Now the jobs are, turning into robots. Or the employees essentially are turning into robots. And I get it, but it sucks. We've gotten to a point where people are lazy. People don't want to work. That's a fact. People complain about their job openly. They're late. They're always sick. There's always something going on. There's an ailment. There's something going on in their family. People take off for whatever reason. They argue with their boss for whatever reason. They're unhappy. They don't want to be there. So these companies, these corporations, I think, they wised up. They're like, well, why would we deal with these people who are trying to sue us half the time? You got HR going on. You got different unions going on. Why would we continue to hire these type of people when we could just hire a robot? A robot isn't going to show up late. A robot isn't going to complain. A robot won't call in sick. Now, when the machine goes down for whatever reason, they'll just call on somebody to recalibrate the thing, and that's the end of it. It's cheaper to fix a machine than to pay these people holiday pay, overtime, or regular time for that matter. So that's why this stuff is happening, I think, is because people, both young and old, have gotten so spoiled and lazy and trifling. Don't forget the word trifling. I don't use the word trifling that much anymore, but I think this has happened because people are so lazy and trifling and quote-unquote disrespectful to their supervisors and their bosses, and it saves the company money. And now you don't have to deal with, because some employees are very bad at customer service too, and a lot of the people, the buyers, they're bad at, being polite, manners, common courtesy, decency. So when you get an a-hole customer with an employee who doesn't want to be there in the first place, all hell's going to break loose. They're going to argue. Someone always has to have the last word. Some type of bag of potato chips is going to get thrown at somebody. Whereas if there's a robot, you just cut that whole factor out. You don't have to worry about someone getting cussed out. You don't have to worry about, a cashier stealing the money from the register. Robots don't steal. I was going to say that movie I, Robot, but Sonny wasn't stealing that purse in I, Robot. He was trying to take it to that big lady with asthma. Have y'all seen I, Robot with Will Smith? We can't talk about Will Smith anymore. He's slapping Chris Rock. Well, anyway, Will Smith's not the new story anymore. Now it's P. Diddy. Anyway, my point is, with these machines operating as cashiers, it cuts out so many variables that used to be a hassle. Think about all the times employees used to call corporate on their boss or their manager or their supervisor. Think about all the times the union was called, or when HR was called, for employees doing stupid stuff, showing up drunk, showing up late, showing up not doing his or her job. That's why the machines are here, people. So, in the beginning of the video, it sounded like I was mad at the machine. I'm not mad at the machine. I'm not mad at all, but if I was mad, I'd be mad at the employees. Because there are still employees in the building, they just don't work as cashiers anymore. Now, if there's slow people like me or old people who don't know how to work the machine, there's still employees who should be happy to help you. But in all fairness, they don't have to help you anymore. They don't have to, because that's what the machine is for. And the other one was there for EBT and what is it? The lottery. I'm like, that's strange. How can a machine work the lottery and EBT at the same time? I think we're living in the future. This is some strange stuff. Anyway, that was a long video for a gas station experience. I got a coworker, shout out to him. He told me that he watches my videos with his family. He's like, Greg, why do your videos always start about you being in a gas station? And he listened to my video about, boy, take your hoodie off, because there's this kid who had a hoodie on in the gas station. And he's like, Greg, that was all that happened? I thought you were going to say something went off. I'm like, no, man. My point is, not all my stories are like, out the window. Sometimes just normal stuff happens, and I find it fascinating. That's all. This stuff fascinates me. It intrigues me. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.